The great software developer job purge isn't exactly what everybody thinks it is. Now, hey, look, I get it. There are layoffs happening, but everyone is screaming AI is taking your job, but they're missing some of the real culprits here. And while they're worried about ChatGPT replacing you, interest rates and tax changes have been quietly decimating positions for 2 years. But here's the twist that nobody saw coming. Traditional software developer roles aren't just totally going away. There's a lot of transformation happening into something totally different. I've seen this before as industries have shifted, but what is the biggest threat to your career isn't artificial intelligence, but artificial job titles. Are you ready to discover what your next paycheck is actually hiding? Let's jump in and dive into this topic today. So the software development job market is experiencing some of the most dramatic shifts I've seen in 25 years in the industry. While everyone's pointing fingers at AI, the real job killer has been interest rate hike, the Section 174 tax changes, and AI in a different way than what you're thinking here, right? Because they've made hiring developers financially brutal for companies. But here's what's really fascinating. The work isn't going away totally. It's just getting repackaged with some fancy new titles. Now, when the Federal Reserve cranked up interest rates from near zero to over 5%, venture capital funding for startups evaporated overnight. Companies were hiring developers like crazy in 2021 and 2022. They suddenly couldn't afford the massive teams when cheap money disappeared. Now, startup funding dropped by over 60% from peak levels, directly correlating with developer layoffs across the industry. Big tech companies that binged on hiring during the pandemic had to cut staff when growth projections failed to materialize. And a lot of the layoffs we're seeing from this are some of the tail ends of that. So I know I recently just had two friends who were affected by some big corporate layoffs. And so I understand this, and I think a lot of what we're seeing is expensive money that's been sitting at expensive for a long time. The end of zero interest rate policy, or ZIRP, made speculative tech investments too risky, forcing companies to focus on immediate profitability. So this created a perfect storm where companies needed to prove revenue fast, leading to massive workforce reductions. Now, also starting in 2022, companies could no longer deduct software development salaries as expenses in the same tax year. Instead of immediate tax deductions, businesses had to amortize developer costs over 5 years domestically and 15 years for international developers. A company spending $1 million on a developer salary suddenly owed $200,000 more in unexpected taxes than they never budgeted for. So small bootstrap software companies faced extinction level events, with some taking out loans just to pay their tax bills. If you like this clip, make sure you check out the full Startup Hack Live video here because we've got lots more for you today.